Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a TrueNet, and welcome back to Civilization 6. Last time we built the Eiffel Tower, and that has given a really nice appeal bonus to the entire empire. Not just the city it was built in, every single city. And that means all of a sudden there's a lot of really flipping appealing tiles that everyone wants to live in. Now that is advantageous in all sorts of ways, because I can trade in my farming for residential areas where how desirable the land is corresponds to how much housing it provides. So if I take a really desirable farm and turn it into housing, it's worth +6 housing. So any housing troubles are pretty much out of the window at this point. That's gorgeous. But more importantly, well, arguably more importantly, I can start building seaside resorts on what was previously pretty bloody useless tiles. And those bring in some really good money. And of course, they're also... You put the towels on the wrong side, you idiots. They're supposed to be by the beach. And they're going to bring in culture and all sorts. So let's head over here and I need to actually tear down this fortress. I built this fortress like long ago for no reason. Basically just to, yep, there we are. Get rid of that there fortress. Is that a build action, by the way? No, that doesn't count as a build action, but it does, however, burn your movement points. Fine. So we will be able to, I think actually, like... Ideally, we could build like 3 in a row resorts right here. All these squares are not that great, but they're right by the sea. They've got nice little kind of sandy beaches, kind of. That might be nice. Yeah, that'd be very good. I'd like to apologise for my voice, by the way. I know I probably sound a little bit croaky. I'm actually a little bit sick today. But the thing is, this is still the preview build. I know by the time you're seeing this, the full version will be out, but this is still the preview build. The preview build, I learnt about 24 hours ago, is going to shut down at the end of today, and the save files are not going to be compatible with the full version. So if I don't finish this playthrough today, then that means this series isn't going to have an ending. So as a result, I've been playing Civ 6 for about 10 hours. At this point, I know it doesn't sound like much of a hardship, but, you know, it is a little bit hard on my voice, especially when I am actually already sick, and otherwise I would normally have just taken a day off today to let myself recover a little bit. And I've probably got a few hours left too. Now, Qmai, what are we going to do with you? We've got the Eiffel Tower. I could turn you into like a navy thing, but that doesn't seem worth it. I could get a theatre square. Could get an arena set up, or I could start working on the Sydney Opera House. Sydney Opera House is probably sensible. That's a good backup. Just on the off chance, like, you know, we can't carry off the scientific victory. Having this as the backup is probably sensible, isn't it? Yeah, just because no one else is really going to be able to produce much in the way of music or anything, so let's just get this done. It's going to override some fish, but that's fine. And that's going to be built... Somehow it's just going to be built out to sea, right next to the financial district. I'm sure it's fine. Now, over to our lovely new settlement of Antium, which is finally getting somewhere very good. Sensible early investment, let's give them a bathhouse nice and early on, right here. Lovely. So, bathhouse, fresh water, more housing, definitely sensible thing to have nice and early on. City's still growing very nicely at the minute, this will not take too long to do. Ah, America just completed research on advanced flight. They've got some advanced technology going on, but different to the technology I'm really after, to be honest. Now, it might not be a bad idea for me to go down a route that opens up the aluminium, just so I can see where it is. I'd like to know how much of it I've got. Now, get ideology done. Actually, we've got ridiculous amounts of culture that will be done in no time at all. For whatever reason, this space is not appropriate, apparently, for a seaside resort, but we can have 2 right next to each other over here. Very good. Get 1 in production there. Lovely. We'll get probably another one next to it right there. Now, this is going to work. This is going to be very good. Oh, yes. Rocketry, spaceports, all good things. Now, America's not too far behind us, because, yeah, they just got advanced flight. So we probably want to be getting that next, because we need that before we can go any further into the way of, like, satellites and whatever anyway. Plus, that'll show me where the aluminium is. It will be useful to know how much of that I'm sitting on, because big important things, yeah, like fighters and bombers, which are very strong and have ridiculously long range, they need the aluminium to function. So it'll be useful to kind of know where some of that stuff is. And here we go. 2 seaside resorts right next to each other. Oh, that one's apparently... I don't know why that one's much more valuable. That one's just much more valuable. Ah, it's probably a function of the desirability, because technically, this area is a little bit more desirable. Like, they're all breathtaking, but this one's breathtaking 5, whereas that one's breathtaking 4. So you might want to just double check, because you can still have slight nuance. No surprise what we're doing in Aquilea, of course. Spaceport, that is going to be requiring just basically any flat land whatsoever. Yeah, that there's not a particularly useful spot for anything. Admittedly, it is right next to the... Yeah, I'd rather have had it on this side. I wouldn't mind having it on this side. Can I have it on this side? If I'm willing to pay 300 gold purely for sake of... Yeah, I want it to be next to the power plant, because that feels kind of appropriate in many ways. So, just crack that open. Lovely. And just build a spaceport here. Crack on. Oh, yes. Spaceport. And only 30 turns. This is good. This is good stuff. This is as fast as we can really go. Scythia have shown up and they want furs and dyes for incense. No, sorry. Incense has lost its appeal. I'm swimming in incense. I've got my own now. Go away. Same old, same old. Rome will pretty much always want to trade with London. There's basically nothing better Rome can do. Alright, double down on that science. Research lab over here in Ostia. Nice. I like that new research lab. Germany would like some coal and some incense, and they're willing to trade marble and 21 gold a turn. Done. For that much money, happily. I'm also kind of swimming in dyes and furs right now. I need to find someone else to sell that to. Ah, now this is what I wanted to see. Full visibility of Washington thanks to my spy. There we are. Vitalia, my spy down here in Washington. I can actually see what's going on here. In particular, of course, yeah, their campus history. Bloody Oxford. Bloody Oxford, eh? Choose a new civic. Well, I think we know what we're doing now, of course. We need to choose ourselves a new form of government. So, democracy is probably the one that most appeals immediately in terms of like the distribution of wildcard policies, economics, and diplomacy. Because like I don't feel like I need more than maybe. Actually, you know what? 2 military would actually not be the worst thing in the world, because 2 military would mean I could have reduced cost and also reduced upkeep, which would be a huge saving. Democracy gets me great people 50% less gold. Oh. Well, that's no use at all. You never want to buy someone with that. Bonus yields from district projects. Oh, the district projects. Oh. Those are not, that's not very good at all, to be honest, democracy. Those built-in benefits are kind of terrible, actually. Sorry. So, totalitarianism and fascism. So, all combat units strength, fine. The legacy bonus you will gain is bonus to unit production. And, again, same influence. Yeah, I can do without the combat strength. I don't need that. Plus, that's too heavily weighted, to be honest. What am I passing up here? 100% production for modern... Ooh, heavy cavalry units. So, things like tanks, effectively, in the modern era. Plus 4 gold from research stuff and military stuff. War weariness doesn't go up as much. Or alternatively, class struggle and communism. Inherent bonus land units gain plus 4 defensive strength. Again, not exactly spectacular. Collectivization, plus food from domestic... Ooh, plus food from domestic trade. Actually, I never use domestic trade routes because it's always better to just get the money. I'm going to take suffrage and democracy purely because it gives me the highest number of wildcard and economic policies combined. But, like, I actually don't think the bonuses are really that good at all. Now, my spy. What can you do? You can spend 8 turns just gathering sources, and then once you're done, you'll be better at your other tasks. Fine. Increase diplomatic visibility by 1 rank. I feel like we already know what America's up to. It's fine. We understand about environmentalism and all of that stuff. We could sabotage the production, but there's a good chance that's going to go wrong. Siphoning funds is only a 50-50 coin flip. We could try and steal 1 boost, but is there anything... Yeah, are they going to have anything that we don't? I don't think so. I'd rather just kind of try and steal the money, gain sources, and then we'll probably try and siphon funds. Teddy wants a word. We've only been given 1 Earth. I'm glad I'm not the only one to respect that. Ah, he likes all the forest planting I've been doing. Just don't tell him we're only planting the forest because we want to build lumber mills in the forest, alright? Meanwhile, over here in Ostia, just keep on shoving it down. Get rid of all that stuff. Lovely, that's a bit of... Oh, I didn't need to get rid of that stuff. I just don't actually own that tile yet. My mistake. There we are. We've bought the tile now. Beautiful. And that is a breathtaking tile. So 7 gold being generated off that thing. Love it. Now, we've lost Geneva, presumably to America again. Well, I've got 1 spare right here. I'm willing to do that. That will make me... Yep, there we are. They've been revealed. They are back in our hands. Lovely. And advanced flight is done. Thank you for confirming there, Sean B. Now, we've got 1 aluminium, but that might be gifted to me by... yeah, that's very likely to be gifted to me by Hattusa if I don't actually have any in the actual empire. Oh no! Utterly useless desert tile that I was actually slacking off a few parts ago. My oh my, you've actually got aluminium on you. Well flipping done. Lucky bastard in Greece, the terrible society they set up there just happens to have flipping aluminium. So that's annoying. Other than that, can't see much of it around. A few little bits and pieces. England has a flipping aerodrome, but no actual planes in it by the looks of it. Yep, best we can probably do is just head down there and take over that area. And while I'm just spending money for no good reason, sure, have a watermill, Rome. There you go. Let's get researching the moon landing here, though. I tell you what, I've noticed a problem. We can research all this stuff far faster than we can actually build it. meaning I don't actually need just one spaceport. If I had more than one spaceport, I'd be able to do some of these simultaneously. So what I actually need to do is figure out who else has a ton of production and potentially get them to build a spaceport as well. And it's probably going to be Rome when it comes to it. And they're not exactly swimming in production, but we'll have enough of it, especially if we set up a little bit more in the way of lumber mills, like another one here, for example, and we find something else to do with some of these spots. Yeah, I think we'll be able to make it work. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Japan willing to pay 20 gold a turn for 30 turns for one die. Yeah, that's right. And a quick bit of bartering later, we're up to plus 282 with 120 coming from deals. Perfect. Now there are questions around Arretium. Arretium is clearly growing incredibly fast, but she really lacks the production to actually contribute much, to be honest. What she does have, however, is an incredibly high population. If I were to convert large parts of this area over here to be lumber mills and other areas of productivity, this could just about work. First things first, she's going to need some actual proper productivity going on. Proper industrial zone over here. We're also going to be needing a worker over here. Get one builder going. We're just going to start planting forests, shoving up lumber mills. That should do for buying us a little bit of productivity. Enough to make this settlement work. Oh, what the hell is this, Japan? Japan, this is not acceptable. They've just basically arrived and they're basically just taking 2 cattle. That's it. That's all they get out of this. They get 2 cattle and potentially like a rainforest tile. Maybe like a normal tile if they're lucky. That's wow. I don't know what the hell's going on in Japan, but they must be getting desperate for room to expand, because that is a stupid place for a settlement. Your armies are not welcome at our borders. Remove them at once. It's our border too. They are literally in our border. My troops are merely passing by, right? I'll back them off a little bit. I'll move them one step back, but let's be clear, this is my border as well. But there we are, all the troops have been moved back from the border itself. To be honest, your troops are more kind of on my border, though admittedly they might also be on America's border. It's very, very unclear. Right, aluminium mining completed. That gets us nanotechnology boost. Lovely. And also just helps out with Rome's production problems, because yeah, Rome does still have a little bit of a shortage of production, to be honest. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way, otherwise they have basically just invaded. I mean, they shouldn't have done, they're not happy with us, but they've never denounced us. Now, I'm not saying England's about to attack me or anything, but I am saying that there does appear to be a very large build-up of troops. And if it's not attacking us, it's attacking America. Somebody is not happy about this. Victoria, me and you need to chat. Sadly, I can't see any way to demand she takes her troops away, never mind. And we've lost Geneva again. That's fine, we'll be able to get that back momentarily. Geneva, I'm guessing it's... well, it's saying nobody, but I'm guessing it's not nobody. I'm guessing it's flipping America again. What do you want me to do? You want me to recruit a great general? Ooh, I think that's still quite a way off, actually. Yeah, we're making very slow progress in that direction. That's not really our thing. We are, however, speeding towards 3 new works of art and also 2 bits of music. Yes, we can just about fit those in. The music can go in the palace together with the Bolshoi Theatre, and then we've got plenty of space for pictures in the art museum and the Hermitage. So, no trouble there, everything's fine. Arpenham's done with its campus. Start shoving just the basics in there. Libraries, etc. Library in 2 turns. That's what I like to see. I've upgraded my old ancient catapult to a bit of artillery, just to kind of maybe dissuade the English slightly. I really feel like this is not a war they want to be getting involved with right now, but if they insist... Like, if my infantry takes on their basic warriors, like, that's what happens. The warriors die, and I basically don't take any damage in return. This is not going to work out well for them. My basic new infantry can just slaughter their cavalry. There'd be nothing they could do. Now, America just expanded. God only knows where to after the last 2 settlements they've set up. Where's this madness going to be? And my spy has indeed done very nicely for himself. Well done, spy. And with that, over the next 8 turns, he could steal 400 gold for me. That's literally... because that's calculated off the amount of gold America's making, not me. That is what I make that in, like, less than 2 turns. But alright, go on, spy. Just pretend this is an important mission or something. I guess maybe if we were poor, that would be important, but we're really not. Oh, the Japanese are moving in force. They just basically want to convert Pirate Islands to Hinduism, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. I suspect we'll be in space long before they succeed in converting the entirety of this continent, especially with the number of flipping missionaries England keeps running around. And the information era begins. Very nice. And, ooh, satellites. Satellites. Oh, and, oh, this is better and better. This is all magnificently good news. Now, change the flipping government here. Yes, democracy. More influence, more policies. Perfect. Confirm the switch. Get rid of this for a moment. Admittedly, it's actually a fairly small boost. It's only an extra, like, 2 when I've already got that many. It's just because I've got so many bonuses off my wonders, it doesn't actually seem that impressive at all. Still, my gold purchase will still be a little bit cheaper than they once were on account of being a merchant republic for as long as I was. Now, let's get +1 gold from all of my envoys at city-states. That's going to be worth a lot of money, by the way. And then we've got one more economic policy we can have as well. Though, actually, there's nothing to stop me moving an economic policy up here and then taking any policy I want. Which actually, I think is actually worth it, because if I move market economy up here, then I can take the unit maintenance cost reduced by 2 units per turn. Move that down here. Just watch the gold, alright? Watch the gold. Plus 230 right now. Confirm that. Plus 360! Yes. Yes, that's the thing. That's what I wanted to see. 316 gold a turn. Perfect. Now, we can't get into future tech yet, of course. It needs an awful lot of stuff to do that. And we're going to spend a fair amount of time just doing the satellites and the moon landing and all of that business. So we don't need to worry about going forward into any of the rest of it yet, like robotics, for example. No, don't worry about that. Instead, what we probably want to do is, well, one, have a look, see if any of these provide any good benefits whatsoever. Now, because we're going to need all of this stuff, basically, at this point, we're just going to have to fill out the tech tree. So we're probably going to need to go back in time a little bit here and clear out some of the old stuff, like castles. We never actually got around to researching castles, so we should probably research castles so we can understand how to build medieval walls while we finish up our space program. Actually, you know what? Screw it. We can actually just set this to do all of them in a row. So just get all of this done. So yeah, 5 of them in a row. That's going to take 1 turn, 3 turns, 3 turns, 2 turns, and 2 turns. Perfect. So all of that's going to be done in like 10, 11 turns. Perfect. And then we'll be up to combustion, and we'll see where the oil is. Because we need that combustion, unfortunately, to access combined arms. And we need that to start accessing nuclear stuff. Now, I'm not saying I want to nuke America. I'm just saying if they force me to, I will. Right, just in case we need to keep happiness under control, I'm going to go for professional sports next. Not necessarily because I want the wonder, but just a basic stadium, plus 2 amenities for entertainment, and also extends 6 in any direction. I believe that would therefore be able to pass from Rome to a couple of other places too. So let's just get that underway. Now, I really hope England isn't stupid enough to start a war with me, but in case they are, Ravenna just needs to keep producing troops for a while because I'm very nervous about what stupidity England might be planning. And perfect timing, the envoys have just shown up. So, Geneva needs to become mine, thank you. And then just keep 1 envoy spare just for emergencies. I imagine politically I'm now significantly ahead of America, so I should now be producing envoys significantly faster than they are. Japan's a little upset with us for being friendly towards the city-states they consider that belongs to them. Well, that's a shame, I don't actually care. Oh, thank goodness, we've researched castles. At last, the Empire is safe. Now, something's gone a bit wrong with my trade routes. They've dropped to 7. I know exactly why they've dropped to 7, because I'm no longer a Merchant Republic. Merchant Republic gives you +2. And this is actually my 8th trader, which is why it's not allowed to go anywhere. In which case, good night, sweet prince. Ooh, we've lost a trade unit, though. Probably shouldn't have trashed that last one. Who just trashed that? Oh, just a random bloody scout. Well, that's annoying. Well, that's fine. We will just step out here and probably immediately... We should be able to murder him, right? Oh, darn. No, we can't because technically there's forest in the way. More seaside resorts coming in. Beautiful. 6 gold. This is a... Oh, that's a breathtaking spot. That's just perfect. Oh, look at this. 2 seaside resorts. In fact, I kind of chopped down the jungle. I think we have enough. I think we're good. Right now we're at 49 technologies, 238 science a turn. America's in second with 44 technologies and 113. I feel like we're in control of the science situation. Admittedly, Frederick's now up to 168, but he's only got 37, so he's caught up recently, but he apparently started off with more than a little bit of a disadvantage. But I tell you what, at this rate, we might actually win a flipping culture victory before we've got time to actually win the space victory. We are up to 2/3 of the way to culture. This is looking very good. And that actually reminds me of something else I can do. Over in Arretium, or rather, well, technically anywhere, but Arretium's kind of got the most space around it right now. I can buy myself a naturalist. I've got the space to do that, so let's get one naturalist in. This guy sets up a national park. I'm not sure how they set up a national park. We're going to find out. Okay, bathhouse is finished over at Antium, so that place is going to start growing at a reasonable pace now. Though admittedly, that's looking a bit slow, to be honest. Oh yeah, you're really prioritising... Yeah, you're prioritising production just a little bit too much there, game. The thing about these buttons here is these buttons are kind of terrible, because if I tell the game, hey, prioritise food, it does nothing but food. It just says, food, you say? Yes, we shall do nothing but food. Forget production. And then, if you say, okay, so food and production, then it does a decent job. But admittedly, even then, I'm telling it to, balance food and production, and it's gone, overwhelmingly to production. But if I take the production off, it goes, too far to food. I just don't trust this game to make the right decision sometimes, which is a bit disappointing. Also, turn off that. We definitely don't need that. I wouldn't mind... Yeah, I'd probably go for 3 food and then 2 of these as well. Then that's 5 turns to growth, but we've still got a decent amount of production there for a relatively small city. And sure, watermill, free food, free production. No rice or wheat nearby, so it's not the biggest bonus, but it's probably worth doing just as a sensible starting point. Oh, more fights going on here between the Protestants and the Hindus. Sadly, the Protestants are quite badly outnumbered by the number of Hindus that have come over, so they're going to struggle. Ooh, Victoria considers my promise to move English troops off the border has been broken. I was pretty sure I had moved them back, but never mind. Siege tactics, yay. And straight on to military bloody science. Now, this here naturalist. What do? You can designate a national park, moved, skip turn, sleep. Okay, so the only thing you can do is designate a national park. The only question is, what can or can't become a national park? 4 hexes meeting the following requirements. Natural wonders, mountains, or tiles with appeal of charming or better. All 4 tiles must be owned by the same city. Tiles must form a diamond shape. No tile can have an improvement or a district on it. Okay. I think we might be able to do that around here, actually, because even though these are just boring normal squares, because of the benefits from Eiffel Tower, those count as charming. So all I need to do now... If this space belongs to me, then that might be acceptable. Yeah, 4 spaces, no improvements, charming or better. That could just about work. Oh, and better, though we can't buy the land, Rome can expand beyond 3 squares, and I think you can now actually work those squares too, so I've actually got a second set of aluminium in the Empire. Nice. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech, though mysteriously still completely dependent on, an aqueduct and water we're just fishing out of the nearby lake. So, not that high-tech. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Oh, whoa, Greece. Greece. What are you doing, Greece? You want a joint war against Victoria, and all you're offering is fur and 3 gold. You're gonna have to come back with a better offer than that, Greece. No. Refuse. Definitely refuse. Well, it's more unfortunate for you. If Victoria decides to send her flipping navy after you, you're screwed. You're still in the flipping classical era. What has Greece got against Victoria? Well, actually, Victoria doesn't like me anymore. Well, she does consider I broke my oh dear.
As our protests are in vain, we hereby declare war.
Oh dear. We've got a war on. Right, declares a surprise war against me. Well, she is now a warmonger forever, unfortunately. Right, what exactly are they going to try and do at this point? They're going to move into our territory, but I don't think they dare flipping attack us, to be honest. The nice thing is, of course, huge amounts of England's military are in fact basic, terrible, crappy, stupid warriors and so forth. I think that we can handle this. But it's gonna take some thought, because we've got the better units, but they have got many, many more of them. So, in all fairness, it's probably just going to be a case of shooting fish in a barrel. She has just picked a fight with a much more technically advanced civilization. And we're going to have to see how that goes for us. Not least as we've actually got 3,000 gold. We can just start buying units. Anywhere we need units, we will just buy them. We're going to mop up England. And when we're done, maybe we'll just go and make London ours. And maybe we'll see if we can lure anyone else into this war. In fact, actually, several people presumably are already lured into this war. I mean, yeah, the city-states. Yeah, guys, go and get Portsmouth, alright? That's what I need you to do. I want you to go and get flipping Portsmouth, alright? In fact, actually, there's nothing to stop me at any point just paying 555 gold at this point in the game and just saying, we're going to go and get Portsmouth. Which I could do. I could just go and smash Portsmouth because screw England, we'll see. But we could also see if maybe, unexpectedly, me and America might be able to make friends here, because this could be a really good opportunity for America, and I have recently been setting up some national parks. England cannot win this war. This was a stupid war for them to start. They're going up against a vastly richer, more technologically advanced nation. I may not have the biggest army right now, but I've got the better army. Next time, ladies and gentlemen, war versus England, and those stupid bastards started it. So, that's to come. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd, and this has been Civilization 6. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Has he got nipple tassels on? There is nothing less intimidating than a fat bloke with nipple tassels. I wouldn't kill him. We're standing on top of a pool of oil and he's holding a torch. I'm fighting the same guy 3 times at the moment. It is actually the same bloke. It's cocking Scotland, not the waste beyond the wall. This isn't Game of Thrones, it's just Britain.